Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about how to deal with difficult patients, and I will be looking down because I have a little list made out so that I don't forget to mention certain things. So without further ado, let's get into it. Again, how to deal with difficult patients. My top number one thing is do not argue with them. It's pointless to try to argue with somebody who is upset. I've also talked about this when you're arguing with someone who has dementia or is confused. That's pointless as well. Just don't argue with them. It serves no purpose. It's pointless. There's no reason to sit there and argue with somebody because they're in a bad mood or they're upset. So arguing with them is only going to make the situation worse, not better. Number two would be don't talk down to them or talk to them in an angry voice. That is just going to intensify things. It's going to create more of a problem. And it's not going to help you at all whatsoever. And honestly, when you're talking to a patient or a resident or even a patient's family member like that, it is actually very unprofessional and could also cause you legal problems because that goes against their rights. Residents have rights, and if you are sitting there and talking to them in a condescending or intimidating way, that could definitely be construed as a violation of their rights. And plus, they could very well report you, and it would be very well deserved, because you should never talk down to somebody or talk to them in an angry voice just because you're upset, or because they're upset and they're yelling at you, so you feel like you should be able to yell at them. It's not how it goes. Number three is don't rush them. A lot of people get really upset really fast when they're rushed. I've found this to be especially true about patients who have dementia, because they don't understand why they can't take their time. A lot of people don't understand that you have like 30 other patients that you need to see or change or whatever the case may be. So they don't understand why you're so upset, and you explaining the situation is also not going to really help, because most people will be like, well, you're in here helping me right now, so that's not really, it shouldn't be a concern. Just don't rush them. Let them take their time. Even if you're going to be a little bit late, explain to the next shift or whatever, to the nurse or whoever, that, explain the situation. Let them know that you needed to not rush them. Number four is apologize. Even if you feel that you're not wrong, just apologize. A lot of times it really helps the situation when you apologize, because people get upset and they get angry, and by apologizing, sometimes it helps to calm the situation. Not always, but sometimes it just helps to acknowledge that you're sorry that they're feeling this way, and you're sorry that they had this experience, and also just let them know that you will try to do better next time. Like I said, it won't work in every situation, but a lot of the times people just want their feelings to be acknowledged, and so it definitely helps when you apologize. Number five, ask if there's anything you can do to make it better. A lot of times it's something simple like, I've had people ask me to not do things a certain way with them because they like things done another way. And so even if it seems so trivial and like really stupid, it's easier if you just do it how they want you to do it, because it's going to avoid conflict and stress in the future. So whatever helps you make it through your shift, I feel like is going to be good for everyone involved. Number six, if the person is consistently upset with you, or has a problem with you, or might not like getting personal care performed on them, do a tag team where one person will answer the light this time, then the next time you'll answer it or something like that, or do cares in pairs. which is when 2 people go into the room. A lot of times if we have someone who is known to lie or, lie and report people for doing certain things, we'll have 2 people in the room at all times just to cover each other. So then, there's someone who is there. If this person does make a report that is false, then you have another person there to say exactly what happened, so you're not alone. So it's not just the resident's word against yours, basically. And that really does help with a lot of people who have certain behavioral issues and things like that. Number 7 is if the person refuses care, definitely chart that they refuse the care, but then you still need to reapproach them. What I do is I will reapproach someone 3 times. If they're still refusing on the 3rd time, then I let the nurse know, and she can decide, or he can decide, what to do from there. I don't like to reapproach people more than 3 times unless it's like they're wet and they really need to be changed. But usually by then, if someone has refused 3 times, they do have the right to refuse. I just like to give them time to cool off, or maybe give them time, period. Because I find a lot of times if you reapproach someone later on, they'll be fine with it. But yeah, just make sure that you chart that they refused it. And then, like I said, after the 3rd try, I would tell the nurse, because maybe the nurse can go in there and talk to them and help them understand why they need to have whatever done to them that you're trying to do, like whether it's changing them or helping them take a shower or something like that. And my last tip would be to take a break, PRN, so as needed. Just make sure that you're giving yourself time to step away from the situation so that you don't make it worse by getting all upset yourself. In those types of situations, I find it easier to just, walk away, walk off the unit if that's available to you, walk outside, go calm down, smoke a cigarette, take a break, just sit down and woosah. It will be okay. You will get through your shift. Just hang in there. CNA work is not always fun. It's not always easy. And there's a lot of people who have behavioral issues and or are just difficult patients. But those are my tips. So if you are a nurse or a CNA and you have other tips that you would like to add to my list, let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys found this video helpful. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys in my next video.